You are on YouTube for either of the following two reasons or both. One, to create an impact in the lives of your viewers, or to make money through the YouTube partner program, or both. But what would happen? How would you feel if you woke up one day and you received an email telling you that your YouTube channel has been terminated and pulled down from the platform, or the channel has been demonetized, or you realize you have stagnated and killed your own channel altogether? A channel that you have passionately grown over years, or as a growing YouTuber, you are putting all your efforts and resources to grow that channel in the hope that you will use that platform as your avenue to impact on the lives of your viewers through your content and or make money through the YouTube partner program. There are specific things that you could be doing in your channel as a growing YouTuber that expose that channel to the risk of either being demonetized, terminated, or the channel stagnating, and by your actions ending up killing your own channel altogether. Our today's video, I want us to look at 7 simple things that you could be doing in your channel as a growing YouTuber that necessarily destroy your channel. And it will be better for you if you stop doing those things today, or you take actions that redeem the channel early enough. If you are a big YouTuber on the channel, this video may not be very necessary for you, but if you are a growing YouTuber, walk with me through the next 10 minutes, through which I'll take you through these 7 things that you must stop doing if you're doing them to rescue your channel. Number 1, acquisition or building your subscriber base through sub for sub. This happens where you have to subscribe to somebody's channel for them to subscribe back to you, making it that subscription more or less transactional. Meaning that this subscriber that you are getting to your channel, they are not necessarily interested in the type of content that you are doing. But in essence, as many growing YouTubers think that attaining the required threshold for monetization is a struggle, hence you start using shortcuts to hit that requirement for monetization. But at the end of the day, there is a danger in getting subscribers that are not interested in the content that you're doing. And this is the reason. Once you have gotten your monetization, or even before you get monetization, as your channel grows, YouTube algorithm uses your existing subscribers to test the type of content or the video that you have just uploaded and consider it for recommendation. As part of the push or recommendation of your video, it will be pushed to your current existing subscribers, the ones that you are getting through sub for sub and they are not interested in your content. When they watch that video and interact with the video, either through likes, comments, shares, those are communications to the algorithm which will trigger the algorithm to recommend the video to other potential viewers and subscribers. So if you got your subscribers through sub to sub and are no longer interested in watching the content that you're doing because the transaction already completed, that means that your videos will stagnate and will not attract good views because they will have already triggered the algorithm not to push the video because you are not getting the returning viewers. The same will apply if you get monetized at the end because you have amassed subscribers, enough subscribers for the monetization. That is the 500 subscribers and the 3 videos uploads in 90 days, and you have beaten or you have achieved the requirements or the thresholds for monetization, and you get invited in the YouTube partner program. All the other milestones will be difficult for you because in the first place, it means you will be using those same shortcuts to achieve the other milestone because It's not attaining the 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours that you only need to attain to survive or to get in the YouTube partner program and get monetized and actually receive money out of your efforts. There are several thresholds. You need to attain a certain amount of revenue in your YouTube through YouTube AdSense in order to unlock other requirements along the way. And those ones may become a challenge if you attained the thresholds through sub to subs or amassing people who may not necessarily be interested and watching your content. The other mistake number 2 is playlist groups. These invitations fly all over in social medias, inviting growing YouTubers to sign up for services or purchase, join groups where you are getting those subs for subs and creating playlists for purposes of playing to attain the 4,000 hours, to attain the 4,000 watch hours. Necessarily, this is another shortcut that some people get tempted to use, but just like the sub for sub, you'll have attained your 4,000 watch hours and gotten in the YouTube partner program. But what next? Because there are still thresholds that you need to maintain. If you look at the statistics part of your studio, YouTube studio, you realize that all those figures, all those numbers matter a lot. If you are using the shortcuts, at the point that you have attained the thresholds and you are no longer interested in the same process because consistency would require that you sustain all that process. And that at the end of the day, you make your work tedious and you'll get overwhelmed by such shortcuts. And by the end of the day, YouTube will realize the scamming that you're doing in the algorithm and you will not defeat that system. At the end of the day, you still suffer the demonetization or termination, or you kill the channel through stagnation. Another one, number 3, is watch hour purchases. I may not necessarily know how it happens or those bots are done, but I understand there are so many invitations for growing YouTubers, not to call them small channels, growing channels, YouTubers, to get assisted in by purchasing the watch hours. But just like in point 1, 2, and 3, in the cases of sub, playlist groups, and the purchase of watch hours, those are same categories of shortcuts that will ground or kill your channel the moment you have hit the monetization and you don't sustain, because it's impossible to sustain that process of buying watch hours all through, getting subscribers, sub all through, and getting people to play your playlist without any other interest in your content. It is not attainable, and you'll have made work a channel that is supposed to grow organically and build traffic of loyal subscribers who are interested in the content that you're doing, which means any subsequent upload of bingeable content, because you have a niche that you are serving with this content, then you make your work so difficult and then you get overwhelmed and you kill your channel, because getting overwhelmed means you will no longer be doing what you're supposed to be doing on the channel. The number 4 is reusing of content or use or reused content. This is where you are downloading other people's works and uploading in your channel. It can also happen where you upload your own content 2 times or repeatedly. Besides copyright infringement, where you'll have taken other people's content or copyrighted content, could be music, it could be videos, it could be also images. If you get copyright strikes and you build enough strikes to warrant termination or demonetization, that's gonna happen. But as a matter of guideline, reused content will easily be identified by the system, and that one will automatically demonetize that channel. You are not supposed to use other people's content without satisfying the requirements for eligibility of that piece of content that you want to upload. And as a growing YouTuber, if you find yourself in a scenario where you have not gone through the guidelines or you do not understand everything that need to be there, because this is a business that is guided by rules, the YouTube guidelines, then you'd rather stick to your own content until you understand the requirements about remixing and using other people's content, so that after you have considered remixing or using another person's content, you will do much edits it is required to warrant or to qualify or to make that content eligible for uploads. And it's so simple that every upload that goes into YouTube algorithm, it gets indexed by the system. And that metadata is used to identify any other content that will be uploaded with similar indexing, with similar metadata. Definitely that will be coming in as a reused content. And that one automatically disqualifies your channel for monetization and can easily get your channel terminated as well. And number 6, which is very important than everything else, is ignorance when it comes to YouTube guidelines. Most growing channels or YouTubers, we rush to doing the content, uploading the videos and everything without getting conversant with the YouTube requirements or rules and regulations. We don't take enough time to study the rules and the regulations governing YouTube or governing content creators. And by so doing, you can easily get yourself at the wrong side of those regulations, which will affect negatively your channel. And in most cases, what you'll be told, the emails don't specifically tell you what you have done. You just be guided to go and look for the guidelines, and you understand those guidelines, then make your own appeals. But there are some mistakes or infringement of those guidelines that you can do in your channel that will warrant that channel completely terminated. Even if you appeal, the channel, you will have lost that channel completely. So it's important as a growing YouTuber, you get yourself to understand the YouTube guidelines with regard to content creation, the YouTube partner program, copyrights, and many other guidelines that are very important to you as a YouTuber. There's another very important, that is number 7, and this one will be channel verification, and that is for security purpose. Without even affecting YouTube itself, you can lose your channel to scammers very easily. And that's why YouTube requires you, after attaining certain threshold, you'll be required to carry out the 2-step verification of your channel. But the mistake that growing YouTubers some do is using the email, your channel email, as your business email, exposing, because those verifications come in handy when you are accessing your channel. So when you expose your email, your channel email, and use it as the business email, exposing it to other people, as also using the same mobile, your channel mobile numbers as your business numbers, you have already exposed 2 important pieces of information for purposes of verifying whether the person who is accessing your channel is actually you. When you expose that piece of information to a scammer, because they come in form of sending you emails, others will come to your WhatsApp because you have used the same numbers, and they will talk of wanting to engage with you to improve your SEOs, your titles, your thumbnails, and some of these people are not genuine. I've seen several people complain of their loss or inability to access their channels, and that is because other people used their credentials, and because of those scamming infringements, breaching your security of your channel, other people, the scammers, get to access your channel, and by so doing, they change the passwords, they change the other important details, and they get to control your channel or steal the channel from you. So those are 7 important small things that matter a lot to you as a growing YouTuber. And because now you know what you need to do to your channel to recover or clear those things that you are doing that may necessarily be putting your channel to risk, because it will be devastating. You have already attained your monetization. You are in the YouTube partner program. You have the numbers in terms of subscribers. You can see you have 5,000, you have the 6,000, you have 10,000, but you are unable to meet the minimum required revenue for a payment. What was the purpose of struggling using all those shortcuts to attain the YouTube partner program monetization requirement? Then you are unable to get any money from your channel simply because you amassed so many subscribers through sub who don't watch your videos, and because of that lack of repeat views in your channel, that harbors the recommendations and bringing traction to your channel. That reason, because you don't garner enough views, you don't generate enough revenue within the required period of 30 days to warrant a payment. You'd rather be consistent, build a genuine, organically grown channel that can start generating revenues immediately you get your monetization, other than using shortcuts that bring you to monetization requirements so fast, but from that point you stagnate, and within no time you lose interest in the channel, because when you thought the channel will start paying you, the channel stagnates because you build your channel through shortcuts. Thank you for watching, and let's meet in the next video.